Before we start the show, don't forget to check our new ebook, Kill All Bugs, Learn Software Testing in One Day. For a limited time, it's only $9.99. Links in description.
Welcome back to the deep dive. We've all heard these, glamorous tales of high-stakes casino heists, vault schemes, maybe some slick spy tech.
Right, like something out of a movie.
Exactly. But what if I told you the man responsible for maybe the single greatest loss in modern slot machine history wasn't some sophisticated criminal mastermind?
There you can, let us know.
But actually a restless, pretty low-tech TV repairman from Tulsa, Oklahoma.
That's the core paradox of the story we're diving into today, isn't it? This isn't about brute force or, having someone on the inside.
Yeah.
It's about pure applied ingenuity. We're tracking the criminal evolution of Tommy Glenn Carmichael, a man who looked at slot machines not as like sealed games of chance, but as these incredibly complex multi-million-dollar puzzles just waited for someone to figure them out.
So our mission today is to really track Carmichael's career. It spans, what, 3 distinct technological eras?
That's right. 3 eras, 3 devices.
We'll show how he developed these unique tools to beat increasingly complex slot machine hardware, and how the entire multi-billion-dollar gaming industry was constantly playing catch-up, a real high-stakes technological arms race.
And the start of it all, the initial catalyst, happened pretty quietly back in the 1980s. You've got Carmichael, he's in his 30s, already got 4 marriages under his belt.
Wow.
A minor record for some substance stuff. And he's running this very humble place, STV sales and service. Smart guy, apparently, but restless, utterly bored with fixing TVs.
And that boredom comes to an end when an old friend, a guy named Raming, shows up at his Tulsa repair shop.
Yeah, and Raming doesn't just bring coffee. He pulls up with a real slot machine in the trunk of his car.
No way.
Oh, yeah. And he's got the device, the first device, the one that would change Carmichael's life and really the future of gaming security forever.
Okay, so this first tool, it had a nickname.
It did, the Jigger. Some early sources, funnily enough, called it the Tab-Badoom joint.
The what now?
Yeah, sounds weird, right? Like something you'd whisper in an alley. But they pretty quickly settled on Jigger, short for jiggle, which kind of hints at how it worked.
Okay, let's unpack the Jigger then. You said it was low-tech. How simple are we talking?
Oh, wonderfully simple. Almost ridiculously so, considering the chaos it eventually caused. It was basically just a piece of wire, maybe bent in a specific way, an apparatus designed to short-circuit the slot machine's pretty primitive internal circuit board.
So you just stick it in.
You'd snake this wire into the machine's guts, find the right contact point, and zap. It essentially told the coin hopper, hey, big winner, jackpot, start paying.
Yeah.
Even if nothing had lined up.
And the machine would just empty itself.
Yep, dump its coin load. Seeing that happen, seeing those coins spill out, that was the spark for Carmichael. He was hooked by how simple it was, this mechanical weakness.
So what did he do?
He didn't waste any time. Closed his repair shop, packed up his 4th wife, and headed straight for Las Vegas. Called it his prodding tour.
A prodding tour? I like that.
He started small, focusing on minor casinos, older machines. He wasn't greedy initially, just looking for maybe a $50 advantage per machine.
Right.
Figured he could make maybe $500 a day.
Yeah.
Which, for a TV repairman in the mid-'80s, tax-free.
Yeah.
That was pretty good money.
Fantastic money. But this initial success, this low-tech method, it led to his first arrest, didn't it? And the story is kind of absurd.
Completely absurd. It's 3 a.m., July 4th, 1985. Carmichael's hungry. He decides to hit a small 5-cent slot machine near a Denny's diner.
Just once enough for a Grand Slam breakfast, maybe?
Pretty much. So he wanted a free late-night meal. And he was successful, but it was slow going. He's patiently getting nickels out, one payout at a time. Accumulates about $35.
Okay, $35 in nickels.
That's 700 nickels. Picture it, the noise. A 5-cent machine paying out 700 coins in the dead of night. It must have sounded like a small rock slide in there.
Yeah, not exactly subtle.
Precisely. The owner of the place obviously notices this deafening clatter of nickels pouring into the tray, sees Carmichael being kind of slow and clumsy about it.
Ian calls the cops.
Calls the cops. And Carmichael gets caught, like literally red-handed. Wire in one hand, pile of nickels in the other.
Oh, man. So the consequences.
And here's the first big irony. He gets convicted of slot machine cheating. Sentence, 5 years in prison.
5 years for $35.
5 years. Now, he got paroled after 2 in 1987, but still, 5 years for $35, it's staggering. But what's fascinating is, while he's doing time for this tiny crime, the whole casino world is changing under his feet.
Ah, the technology leap.
Exactly. When he gets out in '87, the landscape is totally different. Those old electromechanical slots he mastered, they're being ripped out, replaced by new microprocessor-based computerized machines.
So the Jagger?
Obsolete. Overnight, he was suddenly a master of a dead technology.
But he didn't just give up, did he?
Not Carmichael. You have to admire his mindset, in a way. He apparently treated his prison time not just as punishment, but like paid R&D time. A vacation for future planning.
Cheers.
Yeah. He spent the next 2 or 3 years, both inside and right after he got out, doing intensive research, developing new methods for this new digital era.
And his target was the big one, right? IGC.
International Game Technology.
Yeah.
The industry giant. He actually got his hands on one of their popular video poker machines, took it back to his workshop.
Like legally?
Well, he purchased it. Then he spent 6 painstaking months just dissecting it, like a forensic engineer, taking it apart piece by piece until he understood its guts better than the people who designed it.
Okay, so that's dedication. What did he come up with?
He found the flaw, and his R&D resulted in device number 2, the slider, also nicknamed the claw.
Like a claw. Sounds more menacing than the Jigger.
It was. This wasn't just a bent wire. This was a complex, precision-engineered tool, made of thin, rigid steel, but crucially, it also incorporated a flexible piece of guitar string.
Guitar string, why?
That was the genius. The thin steel gave it the structure to navigate the tight winding paths inside the machine. But the guitar string provided the perfect mix of flexibility and conductivity.
To do what?
To reach and physically trigger a specific internal microswitch hidden deep inside the coin payout chute.
So again, he's not beating the game's programming.
Not at all. The claw bypassed the software entirely. It just snaked in, flipped the switch, and basically told the machine, start paying out and don't stop till I say so.
Which caused it to dump its coin load, or a big chunk of it.
Exactly. Regardless of whether you'd actually won anything. With the claw, Carmichael became a serious operator. He was pulling in estimates are like $1,000 to $5,000 per hour.
Wow, that's a huge jump.
Huge jump. He was hitting machine after machine. But, the arms race, it moves fast.
Right. How long did the claw last?
Its shelf life was pretty short. By 1991, maybe 92, the manufacturers caught on. They introduced technical fixes, beefed up the payout mechanisms, and pretty quickly, the claw was rendered useless.
So back to the drawing board again?
Back to the drawing board. But this time, his next breakthrough. It didn't come from months in the workshop. It came from this almost unbelievable slip-up by the manufacturers themselves.
Okay, tell me about this. It sounds good.
So it's 1992. Carmichael goes undercover, poses as a potential customer at a big IGT trade show in Vegas.
Bold move.
Very. He's looking closely at a new machine model, asking really pointed technical questions about the security features, playing the part.
And someone spilled the beans.
You won't believe this? A staff engineer, probably trying to be helpful, maybe showing off a bit.
Uh-oh.
He opens up the new machine for Carmichael, shows him the brand new state-of-the-art security mechanism, and explains exactly how it works.
What was it?
A laser sensor in the payout chute. It counted the coins optically as they dropped. If you won 5 coins, the laser beam was interrupted 5 times. The machine registered the count, and then it stopped paying.
You just told him that.
Laid it all out. It's kind of jaw-dropping, isn't it? Proves that security often fails right at the human layer. Carmichael realized instantly. The problem wasn't mechanical like the Jigger, or even electromechanical like the claw. It was optical.
Light.
Light. If the machine couldn't see the coins dropping, if you could blind that sensor...
It wouldn't know when to stop counting.
Exactly. It would just keep paying out indefinitely, thinking it hadn't finished the job.
Enter device number 3, the most famous one, right?
The lightant, universally known as the light wand, or sometimes just the stick.
And this was complicated.
Almost comically simple in concept. It was basically a tiny, super bright mini light bulb, powered by a standard camera battery, all mounted on a thin piece of, flexible plastic or wire he could insert easily.
So the method was?
As soon as the machine started payout, even just cashing out credits, he'd slide the wand in and shine that bright light directly into the optical sensor, flooded it, blinded it completely.
And the machine's logic just broke.
The logic demanded it pay out the correct amount. But because it was getting this constant light signal instead of the interrupted beam from falling coins, it just kept going. And going.
Okay, now we're talking serious scale, I imagine.
Oh, truly colossal scale.
Yeah.
His earnings just skyrocketed. Using this simple device, which probably cost him, $35 to make?
Unbelievable.
His operation was reportedly pulling in up to $10,000 per minute on a good run.
Per minute.
Per minute.
Oh.
This period, the mid-90s, became known as the light wand era. and this little battery-powered bulb. It's estimated to have cost the gaming industry hundreds of millions of dollars in losses, maybe more.
Hundreds of millions. Wow.
The sheer volume forced the manufacturers to finally admit they were in a real war. And Carmichael, he was smart. He realized the personal risk of actually using the wand himself was getting too high.
So he changed roles.
Made the natural pivot. From operator to, well, full-blown criminal entrepreneur. He started manufacturing and selling the light wand, this device that cost him almost nothing to make. He was selling them to the criminal underworld.
For how much?
Reports say up to $30,000 each.
30 grand for a light bulb and a battery?
Yep. So now he's profiting twice, stealing directly from the casinos and supplying the tools for others to do the same. He became the tech supplier for a whole network of cheats, living the high life, buying luxury cars, all off the grid.
A sophisticated operation.
Absolutely. He was the brains behind it all. But of course, the industry wasn't just sitting there. They were bleeding money.
So they fought back.
They had to. Manufacturers started scrambling, integrating new anti-light wand safeguards, better physical shielding around the sensors, updated software to detect anomalies.
Did it work?
For a while. But Carmichael treated it like a personal challenge. He just engineered around it. Released Light Wand version 2.
There was a version 2.
Oh yeah. Updated features designed specifically to defeat the new security measures. The arms race just kept escalating.
But eventually his luck had to run out, right? Technology can only cover so much.
True. Despite his sophistication, human error, or maybe just bad luck, caught up with him. October 1996. He's in Vegas using a fancy model he called the Light Wand Pro Maxi.
Pro Maxi? Yeah.
Security cameras spot him. He realizes he's made, panics, tries to make a run for it, drops the device while fleeing. He gets detained pretty quickly.
Finally got him.
Or so they thought. This is where it gets interesting again. His lawyers were very good.
What was the defense?
They argued successfully that, okay, the cameras saw him near the machine, and they saw a device on the floor later. But because the casino was crowded,
right,
the cameras didn't get a clear, unobstructed shot of the device actually in his hand at the crucial moment. Nor did they definitively show him dropping it. Could have been anyone in the crowd.
Reasonable doubt.
Exactly. Lacking that clear, direct evidence linking him physically to the act of cheating at that exact moment, he was reluctantly released. Insufficient evidence.
Unbelievable. Talk about a close call.
Huge close call. But that near miss definitely put a massive target on his back. The FBI, state police forces. They knew who he was now. They knew they weren't just chasing some random cheat. They were after the head of this whole technological cheating operation.
So they started hunting him seriously.
For 3 years, they dedicated resources, building a case, tracking his network. They knew he was the source.
And did they get him?
3 years later, 1999, his luck finally ran out for good. Caught red-handed in another casino. This time, it was a coordinated effort. New Jersey State Police Detective, the FBI. They had him.
What happened when they caught him?
Apparently, when they cuffed him, the detective just looked at him and said something simple but probably very satisfying. I've been looking for you. We have a lot to talk about.
Goosebumps. So the investigation afterwards must have been huge.
Massive. It revealed the incredible scale of his organization. But crucially, they also found something else. Blueprints. Evidence of an unreleased fourth device.
A fourth one, developed while the light wand was still working?
Exactly. He was already planning the next generation. This device was codenamed the Dill.
The Dill? What did it do?
Well, by the late 90s, the light wand was becoming less effective anyway because casinos were moving away from huge coin payouts. They started using ticket in, ticket out systems or random jackpot amounts.
Right, the T-tie systems.
So the Dill targeted a completely different weakness. It wasn't about fooling the payout sensor. It was designed to somehow reverse trigger the machine's internal credit system.
Giving you free credits.
Unlimited credits, essentially, which you could then just cash out using the ticket printer. It bypassed the whole coin counting mechanism entirely.
That sounds devastating.
Essentially, calculations suggested that if the Dill had ever been properly manufactured and released onto the market, it could have caused billion-dollar losses.
Billion with a B.
Billion with a B. They caught him just in the nick of time before that weapon was unleashed.
So, facing all that, what happened in court?
Carmichael knew the game was up. He accepted the charges. His assets, those luxury cars, all seized. But here's the second truly baffling irony of his story.
Okay.
The sentence. In 2001, for orchestrating this massive multi-million-dollar cheating ring and nearly unleashing the Dill, he He was sentenced to only 11 months in prison.
11 months.
11 months plus 3 years probation. Compare that. 5 years for $35, 11 months for potentially hundreds of millions.
That makes no sense.
It's bizarre. He was also, of course, placed in Nevada's Black Book, earning him a lifetime ban from all American casinos.
So after that surprisingly short sentence, what did he do? Go back to fixing TVs?
He returned to Tulsa, initially. But his story gets even stranger. He actually used his unique expertise.
You're kidding.
Nope. He re-entered the very industry he'd nearly bankrupted, became a consultant.
For who?
For the slot machine companies, the very ones he'd been stealing from for years, advising them on security.
That takes some nerve.
And it gets better. He even designed his own counter-cheating device, called it Protector.
Protector? Against what?
Against his own tricks. It was designed specifically to prevent the jigger, the claw, and the light wand methods. He actually sold this device to several major gaming firms.
He monetized the solution to his own crime spree.
Essentially, yes. He was trying to profit coming and going. But the gaming commissions weren't that naive.
They caught on.
When they realized the inventor of this new anti-cheating device was Tommy Glenn Carmichael himself, they got suspicious.
I would hope so.
They figured maybe he'd embedded some secret backdoor, some hidden flaw only he knew how to exploit later. A genius-level double-cross.
So they didn't use it?
The device was ultimately shelved. Even his potential victims drew the line somewhere.
What happened to Carmichael after that?
He died in 2019, lived out the rest of his life pretty quietly back in Tulsa, apparently. Never reoffended, never went back to prison, just faded away. The TV repairman, who took on Vegas and, for a long time, won.
It's an incredible story. The technological arms race really is perpetual, isn't it? His life just perfectly demonstrates that for every security measure someone develops,
Whether it's a switch, a chip, a laser.
criminal ingenuity, or sometimes just sheer curiosity, finds a path around it, often using the simplest thing.
Which really brings us to a final thought for you, the listener. If one curious mind, basically working out of a garage or a repair shop, could dismantle a multi-billion-dollar industry's security 3 times in a row, what other complex systems in our daily lives rely on an assumption of security? Think about software, banking infrastructure, maybe global logistics. How many might be vulnerable to someone just looking at the puzzle in a different way? That unseen arms race, that back and forth between protection and exploitation. It's happening right now, all around us, whether we realize it or not.
Hey, yo, haven't you checked out our new book yet? Link in description.